Hello, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my world. I'm in a very good mood today. It's a beautiful day, and we're playing some Minecraft, and check this out. I finally built this garden. I mean, I always had a garden here, but it was more just like, it was really for resources, so I could get carrots and potatoes and beets and stuff if I need them. Um, but we're long past that. I have automatic farms, so I came over here. I finally built this nice. It's more of a decorative kind of farm, but yeah, it's cool. I can still collect my crops if I need them, and it still looks good. I do think I could put in some more details here and there. I never said this was finished, but it still looks a lot better than what we had before. And also, check this out. We got a road. That's right. We're putting in a road all the way to spawn. This is going to be a long project, but it's not what we're going to be doing today. This is kind of something for me to do off camera because I like doing grindy projects off camera. And I thought, hey, we're like 5 years into this world. I haven't really built a path to spawn, even though it's 1,000 blocks away. And I think I should do it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to need some more of this smooth basalt, but it's worth it. Anyways, we are going to head back to the city today. We're going to be working on some huge projects. This is actually going to be a big one. Even bigger than the iron factory, if you can believe that. We did that last episode, if you didn't see. I finally built an iron farm in my world, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy we finally have a source of iron that is consistent, and it actually works. I still can't believe that. But yeah, today we're going to build a dye factory. I don't really need dyes for anything in particular. There's not really a project that I need to work on where it's very colorful or anything, but you never know if we're going to need a lot of dye for a project. So that's what we're going to do. I cleared out this area. If you remember, there used to be a stone wall here. It looked very bland, and I was like, we need to build something here. I took out the old bamboo farm. That's another thing. We used to have a building here, and I took it out. That's why that section of the wall on that building is kind of looking weird. I hated that building, and I was like, I'm just gonna take it out and put something better there. So this is where it's gonna go. Man, I can't wait to get started on this. You might not think it's gonna be a big project, but trust me, there's a lot of farms that go into this. By the way, this is just something that you may have noticed, maybe you didn't. I'm playing in German. Maybe here's a better example. Like, if we go through here, check this out. Why am I playing in German, you might ask? I'm trying to learn German, and I'm just trying to expose it as much as I can, like, to myself, so I get used to it. I know I might not need whatever this is, a copper oxidized door. I might not need that in my daily vocabulary, but you never know. So I'm just gonna have this on, in the background. This is useful. What is this? Blocks? Bow? I didn't know that. Now I do. Mace, I guess, is Streitkolben. Very interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna be playing in German. Maybe you guys can learn something too. This is a very educational channel. But yeah, let me cook real quick. I have a design in mind for what I want this place to look like. And I'm not going to do too much building off camera. I just need to set up this first area so I can explain how this place is going to work. All right, so this is my vision for the dye factory. This is like my idea. It's pretty much just going to be this room. Like, you walk in, there's going to be some doors right here eventually, and this is it. Of course, we have all 16 colors. I'm just using concrete to represent the dyes that are eventually going to end up in these chests. Some of these are going to be easier than others. We'll get to that part eventually, but I want to talk about this first. So this is the control panel for the factory. All of the farms are going to be operated with these two levers and these two buttons. And of course, this thing in the middle. This is going to be our power source for the factory. I have a kelp block here because it's going to be a kelp farm, but it's mainly going to be used for bone meal. I'll have a crafter back there and it'll automatically make it into the bone meal. And I have this here because it's really the most important thing. I can't do anything else without this farm. So I thought it would make sense to put it back here. I could, if I wanted to, somehow make like an automatic system that feeds the bone meal into each farm. But that is very complicated, and I don't want to overcomplicate things because you'll see in a second how difficult this is going to be to build. But let me explain these buttons and levers. It's very easy. The levers turn it on and off, and the buttons collect the drops. This lever and button is to operate this side, and this lever and button is to operate this side. It's very simple, but I decided to split it up into two sections because of a reason you'll see in a second. But that is pretty much this room. Now I want to explain to you guys what farms I'm going to build. This is my creative world. This is where I do my testing. This is a very old copy of my Let's Play. Like, there are things that you'll see that will make you question everything. A lot of this stuff in this world, if you haven't seen before, is old and broken, and yeah, you get it. But this is where I tested the dye factory. There's some different things that you'll see that I changed up, but I just want to use this place as a way to explain the farms that I'm going to build. So this right here is a module flower farm that I came up with. I'm actually very proud of this. I made this design myself. It is inspired from some other farms that are on YouTube, but I invented this and it actually works, and I haven't seen anybody do this before. But this is how it works. Actually, let me test if there's bone meal in this. There might. There's okay. I'll just put some in there. Let me put some in this dropper or dispenser up here because I don't think there's any up here either. I should have tested this before. But yeah, this is how it works. Same thing as before. I have the lever and the button. If I hit this, all these farms go at the same time. You can see the farm working. We have orange tulips up there, blue orchids on that level, and I don't even know what those are called, but it makes gray dye. Sorry if it's loud, by the way. I didn't really think about that. But you can see all the flowers in there. And once I hit this button right here, water will come out on every single level. Actually, sometimes you need to hit it twice. You see how it doesn't collect them all. That's the one unfortunate thing about this farm. But it does eventually work. But once you do that, all the flowers will end up in a spot. You can see I made these water streams because I want these water streams to carry the flowers into the chests. Luckily, you don't have to do this farm for every single flower. The two tall flowers, we got the peony, the rose bush, and the sunflower, and the lilac. Is it the lilac bush? It might just be called the lilac. But these are a lot easier. You can pretty much just put a chet or a hopper underneath a mud block and a dispenser with bone meal and just feed it directly into the chest. You don't need any like water systems or anything or any pistons. It's very simple. I hope all you guys are still following. I hope you're not totally lost. You might be wondering though, why am I doing all this? This is so overboard. You really only need one farm. I don't need to build like 70 of these things or 8 or however many I need. And that's true. I really don't. But I want this to be totally automatic. I don't want to have to go in and switch the flowers or do any of that. I want to just walk into my factory, switch a lever, and watch the chest fill up with flowers. I just think that's the coolest idea. So that's my plan. Alright guys, we are back. It has been a couple days, and this is what I have done so far. I've only completed 6 of the 15 farms that we need, so we are getting some progress done. I should say this now. This project is going to take multiple episodes, if you couldn't tell already. There's a lot that goes into this. A lot of resources. Like, I'm running out of redstone. I never thought that would happen, but I actually am. So I'm going to have to go mining, I think. Probably have some left over in a chest somewhere, but yeah, we'll get it done eventually. I'll show you how it works really quickly, but let's just take a closer look at this. You redstone people can see how this works and maybe critique my lack of efficiency. This is definitely not the best way to make something like this. Like, there's probably way better ways to make redstone towers, but I'm pretty happy with it. I'm actually really happy with it. I've never really done something like this before in Minecraft, at least not this technical. So making something like this that actually works is something I'm pretty proud of. But enough yapping. Let's see how it works. This is actually my first time testing the top farm. I literally just finished it, so if it wasn't working, that would be bad. Let's check it out from up top. I'm sorry if it's loud, but yeah, look at that. Works like a charm. This farm is so awesome, dude. Oh yeah, by the way, that's the orange tulips down there, and then we have the lily of the valleys up here. Very nice. Probably already out of bone meal, but that's fine. Let's switch it off. Alright, and now the fun part. Let's hit the button. You can actually watch the flowers go down the chutes, just like that, and into the hopper. That is so cool. I love this farm. Let's hit the button again, because sometimes they do get stuck, so you have to hit it multiple times. Yeah, there's some more. Let's hit it one more time. Alright, I think that is just about it. And yeah, we can see the chests fill up just like that. Look at how many orange tulips I already have. This is just from like one test, and I think I'm pretty much stacked for the rest of my life. Alright, so I guess I'm learning now that sometimes drowned zombies are passive. Is it because I'm not in the water? Oh yeah, okay. I think they just couldn't see me. Someday I will light up this river and these guys will be gone for good, but that's for another day. Check it out, guys. It's finally done. Honestly, I like how it looks as it is right now. I think it looks cool with all the exposed redstone and the tubes. I mean, this is crazy, but we're gonna have to cover this up eventually to match the rest of the city. If you don't know the drill yet, or if you couldn't tell, I like to build farms and then I like to surround it with a building. Anyways, as you can see here, I got this kelp farm in. It's not very quick. It works. It does work, and I have been getting some bone meal, but this is just too slow. I actually learned a bit about these kelp farms. If you search up on YouTube for some tutorials, there's like 2 types of kelp farms you can make. There's the, whatever this kind is, just like a normal redstone farm. And then there's one with like pistons that I think is kind of cheaty. It pretty much abuses the 0 tick thing, and it forces the kelp to grow, and you're pretty much duping the kelp. So I looked at that and I was like, I don't want to build that. Kind of feels like cheating. But the thing is, it's so much quicker than whatever this is. Oh my god. There's no way I'm going to be able to stock this entire factory when I've been waiting here for an hour and I get 6 bone meal. So I'm contemplating on what I should do. Like, do I build like 10 more of these things up in the sky? I mean, I could do that. Or I could just make one of those farms and I could just get like a stack of bone meal every minute. I don't know. What do you guys think? You can let me know down in the comments. But let's check out the other flower farms up here. I put this one in and that one, and they work perfectly. I just have to stock them with bone meal, of course. Alright, are you going to be a problem during my demonstration? Will you leave me alone? Okay, I'll let you live. Alright, I got all the bone meal in. Let's fire this thing up. Hopefully it doesn't lag too bad. I'm actually surprised it's not really too bad on the frames. But yeah, that is so cool. Look at that. As I said before, I will do the other half of this project next episode. I think that's the plan. Gonna have to build some cactus farms. I'm gonna have to use some crafters. I've never used those before. So look forward to that. Maybe I'll even get started on the outside of this building. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. I'm very sorry. I know this is going to be a short episode, but I really got to wrap this up. Like, I'm coming down to the minute here with my recording time. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, let me know if there's anything I can do to make this better. If you see anything I can tweak to improve it. Because I will take all the advice I can get. Because redstone is something that's pretty new to me. This is like the first time I'm trying something like this. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace.